guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And we've been following a lot of some of the biggest controversies that have circulated around different things in the DCEU. More specifically, we know that Ray Fisher has gone into quite a few different head-to-head battles almost with Warner Brothers and just dealing with different types of misconduct that have happened, and he's made a lot of claims publicly on social media, and now it's starting to look like Ray Fisher might be finally drawing a line in the sand and separating himself from the DCEU altogether through his own volition, rather than maybe being ousted by Warner Brothers or recasted as a decision from Warner Brothers. Now, essentially what recently happened is Ray Fisher went ahead and posted on Twitter that he will not at all be willing to work with Warner Brothers in the future if Walter Hamada is involved in any of the projects. Now, Walter Hamada is actually the DC Films head and kind of the leader of the DC Films. So essentially, unless Warner Brothers chooses to change and pick a new person to lead the DC Films side of Warner Brothers, Ray Fisher has gone on and made a statement that he refuses to participate in any production that associates him. He went on in his tweet to say that Walter Hamada is the most dangerous kind of enabler. His lies and Warner Brothers PR failed September 4th hit piece sought to undermine the real issues of the Justice League investigation. Now, this of course ties back to some of the big issues that happened a few months back, and a lot of really different things that were kind of being claimed and different statements that were coming out, along with accusations that Warner Brothers have been kind of trying to use PR to distract a lot of fans of Justice League and the DCEU from paying attention to a lot of this controversy and other things like that. For instance, things like even the Snyder Cut trailer being moved to a specific release date to kind of distract from some of this controversy. And while it is interesting that Ray Fisher is on board and supports the Snyder Cut and wants to see Zack Snyder's Justice League, it does seem like if Warner Brothers chooses to move on with Justice League into the future and kind of restart things from Zack Snyder's story, it might be the situation where Ray Fisher's character Cyborg would be recasted altogether, which is definitely a really interesting thing. Now, a lot of this stuff also was perpetuated earlier on last year when it seemed like Walter Hamada was not at all happy with a cameo appearance that was set to occur in the upcoming Flashpoint movie, where Cyborg was supposed to have some sort of small role. He didn't want that in the film, and then a ton of other things started to come out with a Warner Brothers investigation and a lot of calls from Ray Fisher for remedial action, and there's even been some support from some of his co-stars from Justice League like Gal Gadot and even Jason Momoa. So it is really interesting. There's a lot of really unique and convoluted plot lines that kind of connect this all together, involving Joss Whedon, who worked on Justice League after Zack Snyder stepped down, and it just seems like this is going to be a ongoing battle, but Ray Fisher isn't willing to back down. He wants his story and his side to be told, and also validated by Warner Brothers, who seem to continue to try to shut him down. Now, there are a few other issues though that kind of come up a lot of the times in his point, where Walter Hamada wasn't necessarily in charge of DC Films when the first Justice League film was being made, so a lot of people are wondering how much of an influence Walter Hamada had back during those days when Joss Whedon was in charge of directing the film. But either way, this is going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. Not too often do we see one actor take on a huge mega corporation like WB, and it's going to be kind of one of these situations where Ray Fisher will either be completely buried and his career and his bridges will be burnt, or possibly it'll be a very big validifying moment for him, and maybe we'll see him in other films in other studios like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or something else, but we'll have to wait and find out. So what do you guys think of the entire Ray Fisher situation? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this uploaded every single day of the week. Otherwise, that's it for today. We'll see you all next time with a brand new upload.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi. Hi.
See you guys.